Hi, how you going? I wanted to have a bit of a talk about a topic which you don't hear much about. There's a really good odds-on chance you've never heard anybody talk about this topic by name. They may have talked about it by other names, but not the name I'm going to mention particularly. The topic I want to talk about today is virtue, and a bit of an old-fashioned word, I guess. Well, to me, it means basic goodness. When somebody is good, we tend to, talk about someone who's virtuous as a good person. Oh, they're really good-hearted. You wouldn't consider someone like Al Capone a virtuous person, or a rapist, a pedophile, a thief, a murderer, or a wife beater, or a husband beater, or these sort of things are obviously quite bad, if not evil. But I want to talk about virtue because virtue is something that's close to my heart, not because I'm so virtuous, because I've got, a long way to go in that department, but I do have some understanding of the benefit of virtue and why it's something to pursue, and it's something that I want to share with you in a way that inspires you to step up and be even better than you are. And I'm not saying you're not a fabulous person. You probably are. But I want to inspire you to step up and beyond the levels of goodness and virtue that you're currently living. And I want to enlighten you as to the benefits of doing it. Not really a topic that's maybe fashionable or something that people just hang out to listen to. But this mode of being, this disposition, this sense of having morality and ethics and values in your life is something that is able to ensure and ensure the kind of future that in your heart and mind and soul you really want, and that everybody in their deepest being really wants, and the absence of which is what is the primary cause of the troubles that we could identify in the world today. Not only the strife, the discontent, the fighting, the wars, but the sickness and the divorces and the parentless children, and so many of the dramas can be just traced back to this one thing. Now, if you were a fix-it kind of person, let's say you were a doctor and you were fixing people's health, or you were a mechanic and you're fixing people's motor cars, or whatever, you're in the business of repairing things and making them better, then experientially that if you don't deal with the cause, then the problem's just going to recur. And even when you do fix the cause, it's a continual process to keep whatever it is you fix in a good state of repair. Most things in life don't just, get fixed once and left that way. There's a certain amount of maintenance, and if you want to maintain a healthy body and a great life as you get older, especially, it becomes more and more important that you maintain certain practices, a little bit of exercise, a little bit of good eating, and not too many excesses in your life. This kind of balance ensures your physical well-being, or at least puts the probabilities in your favour. We can't help certain crises happening, and certain things are beyond our control. But we must do what we can to put the odds in our favour. Most people that are really wealthy in life and have actually generated their own wealth, not just inherited it, because that doesn't take a lot of talent at all, but people who've made their own wealth, they understand the power of compound interest. Einstein said that this law of compounding was one of the great phenomena of the reality in which we live. But the difficulty that we have, if you've had problems saving, and I certainly have, and everyone I know pretty much, at some point in their life has experienced this. The difficulty is that it's the increment, getting started, the increments seem so small. Let's just say you're saving, if you've ever read a book called The Richest Man in Babylon, the recommendation there is to save 10% of all you earn. And the quote goes, 10% of all you earn is yours to keep. So you save that 10%. Now, let's just say you're earning $1,000. That's only $100. When you save that, it's not much. And then next week it's $200, and the following week it's $300, which isn't much, and something good comes along and you're so tempted to break that good habit. But what happens with the law of compounding is that it's an exponential law, and as the years go by, the compounding effect is quite incredible. If you look at your life and you just made a decision, say, to improve yourself in whatever area was important to you, at just 1% a day. I mean, do you think you could possibly be 1% better today than you were yesterday? It doesn't sound that difficult to do, does it? What that means is that over the course of a year, you become 36.5 times better than you were when you started. Now, that may not be that impressive. I think that it is quite a lot, but the multiplying effect of that over 5 years and over a decade becomes phenomenal. You can break your calculator and reach to a point where it can't calculate that multiplying exponential return simply by the factor of a compounding interest, 1% a day. And after 10 years, you probably don't have a calculator big enough to give you the number. Now, it's a simple and maybe somewhat childish illustration, but even if you fall back to 20% of that over time, there's still the compounding effect is what I'm talking about. And so when it comes to you being a better person, the benefit of that just goes exponentially, and the rewards that come back to you are equally exponential. And so I want to encourage you to seriously take this on board, because we all want the world to be a better place. At least we say that's what we want. But we don't show the necessary virtues sometimes that are absolutely required to sustain exactly what that vision's all about.